Hello everyone, this is Instructor Laris again, and today what I will be talking about is answering the Module 2 Assignment 1 discussion thread, quotes and paraphrases. For this particular assignment, what you're expected to do is to read an article and then summarize the highlights in both a paragraph form of quotations and a paragraph form of paraphrasing. I also expect you to give a little response as to which you feel was easier between the two. And so in order to do that, what I would suggest doing is to start with a Word document. And here I have a Word document where I've broken it down into 3 sections. And then once you're done, you can copy and paste whatever information you've put here and copy and then paste into the discussion thread. This will allow you to check for spelling errors, so on and so forth. Alright, so first what I want to do, I gotta move this just a tad, there we go. What I'm first going to do is we'll go in and we'll take a look at the particular article. And I've already opened up the article, so we don't have to wait for it to load. And what I'm going to do is, as my example, I'm just going to work with the second paragraph. You're not expected to work with only one paragraph. For each of your responses, both of quoting and paraphrasing, you'll probably want to use multiple paragraphs. And so I'm just going to use the second paragraph here, and if we go to my Word document, you'll see that I have down at the bottom here the example, and it is to the extent that the faculty-student relationship becomes tense and even adversarial, the community is weakened, and the goal of perpetual learning is jeopardized. Short of doing away with grading, what can be done to minimize the tensions? And so in order to have a quotation out of this, what we need to do is to follow its, I like to think of it as like a formula. And so typically what I'll do when you see my responses, I'll start out with this. So according to Afzal, who is the author, and then the year, in parentheses, followed by a quotation, or a comma, that's one way that you can start your quotations. You could also say Afzal 2012 states that, or something similar to that. And then what you want to do is add whatever it is you're quoting into the quotation marks. So I've taken to the extent, so on and so forth, and placed it within quotation marks. Now notice that there is no period at the end of this particular sentence here. All right, we save the period for the end of the quotation, and so we don't have 2 periods. Okay, and so now what we have is para for the second paragraph, and then the number 2, and then a period at the end, and that is in parentheses there. So if it was more than one paragraph, it would be paras. And you might go 2, 2 and 3, so on and so forth, but since it's only one, we just do para. For paraphrasing, you'll have to take the words that were given and make them into your own words. So this is how I restructured it. I just restated it in my own terms, and then it's a little bit easier in doing the citation, the in-text citation for a paraphrase, where all you need is the author's last name, you don't need the first name, and then the year 2012. Okay, so it's only the author's last name, the year, and then a period at the end. Alright, one thing that you'll need to start doing, since we are paraphrasing the text here and we're quoting the text, you'll also want to include a reference. And a reference for this particular citation will use this particular formula. So you've got your author's last name, first and comma, and then first initial with a period, then year in parentheses with a period. You have the article title, which is just the article title, and then you got the with a period at the end, then the journal title, which is italicized with a period at the end. Then you'll put in retrieved from and the date, including the year, so it's the date, comma, year, comma, from, and then just add the URLs for that. Alright? As far as your reaction is concerned, this is where you can go in and start typing, so on and so forth, between paragraph and quoting, so on and so forth. this is also a good opportunity to add more resources. And what I want to do is show you by going into the online books. So if you go into online books and you click on eBury, eBury is actually pretty cool. eBury will allow you to search within books for whatever the search terms that you put in there. So if I go back to the search page here, let's do it this way instead. I apologize. When you go into eBury initially, okay, so I have to start over. Alright, so when you go into eBury initially, it'll take you into this info page and you can do a quick search. But I would suggest going into search, clicking on advanced search here. We're still waiting for it to load. And then, oh, there we go. And so then you'll, paraphrasing and plagiarism. I want to write something in my particular response about plagiarism. And here you'll see there are two books, one, both with the same title, both with the same author. One is a complete guide to referencing and avoiding plagiarism. I'm going to check out that. And I've already read through the chapters. And so what I'm going to do is skip ahead to the page that I wanted to cite from. You can use this search box here to search within the text, which is kind of nice. If I go to page 36, I'll see that there is a section here about software such as Turnitin, and Ferret can determine if students have plagiarized work. If I highlight that and I go up to Info Tools, I can copy that text. Alright, and now I know that from my search page that this particular book was written by Neville, and it's a 2010. So I'm going to go into my page here and go according to Neville 2010. And if I paste that in there, all the information I got goes right into that page. So you can see this is taken directly from the book. Alright, I'm just going to bold it so you can tell the difference. Now I can go in and add my quotation. I can put page. It's showing me the page number here is 36. And I have an in-text citation for that. Now again, this does not need to be bolded, so I'm going to unbold it now. But you get the, hopefully you get the idea of what's going on here. So now I just need to make this into an APA style citation. Alright. And we're just going to do sentence case. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay. Try that again. Lowercase. Alright, and then addition in APA. Okay. Yes. There is no DOI for this, so I've got my citation here. I cut it and I'll paste it into my references section. So here's how you can, how you should be quoting or paraphrasing. Here's how you could do a reaction and include a scholarly reference from the eBury database, as well as creating a reference. I'm not going to show you how to do the reference for the Afzal article, just because you'll need the practice. But hopefully you'll take the time to kind of try to figure it out on your own and do very well. Again, if you have any questions, concerns, or whatever, please feel free to email or call me. I'm sure that we can work out whatever issue you might be having. Again, thank you, and we'll see you in class.